welcome on back to my playthrough of Death Stranding 2 on the beach. This is episode 9. Actually already recorded the beginning of this, but I had a problem with my PlayStation. It crashed and I had to actually start over, but it did give me some insight that I can pass on to you. You'll notice that my motorcycle doesn't have really
Keep it up, Sam.
Cargo on it, and that's just in case I'm not able to get the stuff off of Magellan. But the point is that the two things that are very important to do coming out is one, if you want to keep the Magellan and not fabricate another one, make sure you drive the Magellan up the ramp of the Magellan and all the way to the back. And then the only other thing I recommend in case you fail at doing that is if you put all of your equipment on you, no matter what, you don't lose it. So we're not going but 30 yards, so either way, what'll happen if you fail is, especially if you still have all your equipment on the motorcycle.
Yeah, that's the way.
Right. In a second, they will plot a new course. They will that Magellan, which you can kind of see right there, it will get up and leave. It will leave Magellan, it will leave your motorcycle, and it will leave all the content you had on it behind. So, if you find that crashing could actually go benefit us. So, we're going to go right here. Alright. Here. Don't get off. All the way to the back. Here, and actually, if you wanted to get rid of some of this crap, this would be a great spot to do it. So, this is the path we take to go to the bridge, which is where we've been stopped. As you walk down, and as you did that,
Thank you, Sam.
you're welcome.
I'd like you to meet someone.
Hello, Sam. My name is Charlie.
Just as creepy the second time.
Charlie's Drawbridge's patron.
Hear me out, Sam. I want you to help us bring Australia into the network. Drawbridge has been selected to oversee this critical operation. People saw what you did in Mexico and wanted more of the same.
What are you trying to pull?
There are reasons why I can't tell you who I am, Sam. But to be clear, I'm not APAS, nor am I your enemy.
What, you think I'm just gonna trust the words of some faceless mannequin?
I need you to trust me. I'm the one paying for the ship and this whole operation at considerable personal risk.
Nah, I want to see a face, or no deal.
A face? Very well. Since you won't take it from me, maybe it should come from someone you know. How's this? Pick one of your old comrades, and I'll speak to you with their voice.
What would that prove?
Who would you like? Who would you trust?
It's still Charlie controlling it. That's... Alright, something else I noticed. No matter what you choose here, it doesn't matter. The only one they will accept is Hartman. If you grab Hartman, Charlie will say, you know, he died recently, it's too soon. If you choose Lockney, she'll say this is about a high being infused with somebody, so no go. And sorry if I'm mumbling, I haven't slept much last night. Hartman, all you gotta make is Hartman's the guy that dies every 3 minutes. He says that we're gonna see him in the future, so no go. Deadman died too recently, and Kai, she was Lockness. So, I mean, just to make my point. Oh, crap, well.
Sam, this is Di Hartman.
Let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, we choose... Her?
It's been a while, but not
Gives
really.
us the illusion
Mulligan,
we have a
Wagner,
choice.
we're the same.
So if I say, sure, use her. And then...
As I'm sure you are well aware, Mama's car now resides within Lochna. Adding my persona to the two sounds confusing. No, let's avoid that.
Okay, same with, Devin.
Call me Dead Man. I'm well acquainted with the dead.
Okay, yeah, awesome, right? No.
Last I heard, he took a one-way trip to the beach. Seems a little soon, don't you think?
Now that computers have a 101, or a basic understanding of psychology, apparently. Alright, and we'll see him too soon.
Sam, it's Hartman.
No point. The man himself will be joining you on site in Australia.
So, like I said, the only choice we have.
Sam, this is Die Hardman.
All right. Pulling up his profile from the database.
How about now, Sam?
Nothing gives me the
Feeling
option.
more at ease already, I'm sure.
You tell me, old buddy, if this is a UCA sanctioned op, who knows about it?
You misunderstand. Then again, there's a lot I still haven't explained to you, isn't there? I think it's time a certain someone made an appearance. I'd like you to meet the president.
The new president? The guy who took over after Die Hardman?
Not precisely. The UCA doesn't have a presidential system anymore. Die Hardman was the first and only president, making it one of the shortest-lived single executive administrations in history. One can only guess what he felt about it. Previously, the president was subject to the will of the people via a popular vote every 4 years. APAS, however, is far more efficient. It can ascertain public opinion in real time and thereby determine the appropriate course of action. This led to the adoption of a new model.
Well, we're
President guy? You just told me he isn't really the president.
He is not the president of the UCA. Rather, he serves as the president of APAC. APAC is a privately owned corporation responsible for the operation and oversight of APAS, a service provider to which we may delegate day-to-day governance.
the cat is at him. That's awesome. Oh.
Your performance in Mexico was exemplary. We cannot thank you enough. Well done. Truly. I firmly believe that the only ones capable of expanding the network into Australia are those who helped establish it here at home. That means you, Sam. And you too, Fragile. APAS has determined that you have the highest probability of success in this endeavor.
APAS and the chiral network are all built on UCA tech. If you expand their reach beyond our borders, then you're expanding their influence as well, aren't you?
A valid concern. But it wasn't the UCA that made the final decision. It was APAC, a private corporation. The UCA has no involvement whatsoever in this matter. Sam, it may interest you to know that linking up Australia will also serve a greater goal. You see, the plate gate that connects North America and Australia only matured after you united America with the chiral network. On that basis, we believe that a new gate will manifest somewhere within Australia once full chiral connectivity is achieved. At that time, APAS should have sufficient data to calculate the location of other points of connection between continents. With this information, APAS can then proceed to extrapolate the positions of these landmasses. In other words, this mission is not just about linking up a single continent. By connecting Australia, we will be one step closer to reclaiming a pre-Death Stranding world where everyone is part of a greater whole. I hope my answer
What
alleviates
is
your
up with that
concerns
spider?
somewhat.
Guess so.
I forgot about that.
Tell me,
earlier.
though. Who's Charlie to you?
He may speak for me as necessary to ensure the operation proceeds according to plan. Our corporation, however, will calculate what factors are essential for your success and will provide you with direct support. Welcome aboard, Sam.
Let's go, man.
Charlie, we'll take it from here.
Charlie's pretty good.
It will be your job to travel the continent and connect the people, Sam. But know that everyone on this ship is ready and eager to back you up.
Now I'm really tripping.
You won't be on your own this time.
So, you're gonna do it?
Did it before. Seems like the only thing I'm good at.
Alright, that was pretty awesome. Except for the spider thing. I'm not a fan of spiders.
Did you manage to get some sleep, Sam? I'd like to take a moment to go over the details of the request that Drawbridge has agreed to handle. Access the DHV Magellan's delivery terminal when you're ready to proceed.
Do I have a choice?
Looks like you've been supplied with the Drawbridge crew hat. Try it on for size. I have a feeling it'll suit your style.
Alright. Why the heck not? Reset board. Oh yeah, we gotta address that. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And Rockshock, Jayhawk. Although right now, I'm not gonna lie, he looks more like a Tar Heel than a Jayhawk, but white and blue, he definitely worked for the little guy. He matches his his 3 o'clock shadow. I did not mean to do that. Ooh. Alright. So let's now hop over. That matches outfit. That's 1. Drawbridge. Thinking no. I'm thinking heck yeah. And I'm thinking backwards. Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead. Looks like we got 4 on there. See if there's anything new to add to it. Fabricate. That Kojima, hell yeah. You gotta give the guy some love, man. The guy's a stud. Alright, so Kojima, yep. And, see here. See you there. Fabricate. Actually, give me 2 Kojima. I'll put one on one side, one. Oh, come on, why does it do that? I put it somewhere clearly and it just put it there? Okay, that works. Kojima's getting some love, which we all would agree he deserves every bit of it. Alright. What is... Oh, we can talk to Domin. Let's see what he has to say.
We can discuss anything you like here, Sam. It's a private room, after all. So if you ever want to sit down and talk, I'd be happy to share my thoughts on a variety of topics, along with any discoveries I happen to make. And who knows, some of it may even be of use to you as you work to connect all of Australia to the chiral network.
Are you gonna say anything meaningful?
You know, it looks as though you've been issued a few different hats, Sam. Why not experiment and switch up your headgear to suit your mood? You can also change the outfit I'm wearing if you like.
Come on, tell me something I don't know.
I shall...
Yeah, I'm done. Alright, let's do this.
Another curious vision.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, if you had not driven that up on there, she has hit a tar patch, and we're in a new location. To put in perspective, this is where we're at. Well, I know I said that. Man, crazy. I know they're here in a second at least. Let's not hop on that play yet.
Alright, Sam. Let me give you a rundown of your new job. The big one. It's the same deal as America. The people here are isolated. The cities are cut off from one another. And so, to bring all of Australia into the chiral network, we want you to cross the continent and link up key locations using your Cupid. To begin with, you'll connect several facilities in sequence on your way to the closest city to here, West Fort Knott. Charlie will brief you on the order that will take you to the first facility.
Your first destination is home to what they're calling the government. They seek to establish a new administration to fill the void left by Australia's collapse. As the concept of formal governance is a distant memory to most, they opted for a simple name. These people are currently suffering from the effects of severe chiral contamination. But with UCA technology, they should be able to make a full recovery. The cargo you'll be entrusted with contains everything they need for their treatment. If we can deliver it and earn their trust, they should be amenable to joining the chiral network. Needless to say, it's their business to know the current lay of the land, and we would benefit from their support. We're already seeing anomalous chiralium readings throughout Australia. There's even a BT area not far from where we are now. A BB pod should allow you to use your Ultra deck to ascertain the location of BTs, but it's unclear if that pod will function correctly at this time. Proceed with the utmost caution.
Charlie may be our patron, but he likes to get his hands dirty whenever he can. He's been an excellent advisor to us as well. I say this to assure you that any instructions Charlie gives have been discussed with and approved by me. All right, let's get to it. Review the details of the main order on the delivery terminal.
Goodness gracious.
Updating with new data supplied by drawbridge from outside chiral network coverage.
Okay. Okay, so, yeah, it did actually move. Sorry not to bring up the obvious, but, based off where we're at. Alright. Alright. Here. 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 Wait a minute. I remember this crap. Now, what you're going to keep in mind, that I need to keep in mind, is that whenever you're outside the chiral network, you cannot charge a vehicle. You cannot you can't stop at the PCC and create a generator to charge a vehicle. It cannot function outside of the chiral network. This river is a fast-moving river. They don't really give you a lot of warning, but it moves extremely quickly. I think I'm not trying it. If you're going to go north, I think you can avoid it altogether, but you have to go way north. So if you're going to start here and move and keep progressing up, and come across the like that, sorry, you go up here. Down this back way. Should put you on top where you need to be. And there are big butt DTs in here. And there's also a catcher in there, which is the one that if he does catch you, he'll pin you down in tar, and it will cause a void out, which right now I'm sure you're familiar with what that does. It's a nuclear bomb going off and killing everything around it. Except for anybody that's part of the team. Assuming they magically never get hurt. So, with that in mind, well, let's do this. Actually, I think I'm going to try the method that I mentioned a second ago. I went through my system locked it and crashed and broke my capture. I think I'm going to try that. I have a feeling when I get up there's something going to stop me, but we'll try it. If it fails, we will double back. We're also not going to take our motorcycle in order to make sure it stays protected, because it will. This unit is going to move forward if and when we get over to the new location. If it's left outside, it is gone. So, you. So what we're going to do, we're going to go here. No. Boom. 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 I want to go ahead and go cautious so I'm out around this cliff base. And then boom. Boom. Alright. With that, we should hold down the...
Commencing route creation.
I already did that, I thought. Son of a gun.
Delivery route finalized.
No, erase everything. Let's start over if she didn't listen to me. Alright, so hold it down here.
Commencing route creation.
Alright, we're gonna here. Wait. Gosh dang it. Alright, add marker. Alright. Marker. Okay. Marker. Marker. Guess what? Was the accumulator proceed? Yeah. Alright. Come back. Okay, hang on. No, pulling back.
Sam, this is Charlie. APAS has been analyzing your actions so far. And it seems it's added some new upgrades tailored to your preferred way of working. It's my understanding that additional servers are currently being installed on several beaches, which should result in a marked increase in APAS's processing power. Due to the timeless nature of the beach, the potential to boost APAS's capabilities is infinite. Its analysis will therefore grow more comprehensive as you complete more orders, meaning you can expect additional enhancements to become available soon. Experiment with them and see what you like.
Alright, let's do this.
APAS enhancements are now available.
No way. Alright, so once bullet damage, I believe. Boost the accuracy and power of the people. Okay. Second. Simple noise canceller. Yeah. That will come very handy. This one, pure block nutrition. Yeah. Only there's nothing else to like. Actually, no, that's it. And that, I believe, is it the 10? Yeah, which is definitely 10.13, whatever it was. Alright. Let me go ahead. Management. Man, we're gonna drop some stuff. Yeah, quite a lot. Way too long. Blood grenades, if we end up like last time, these become very handy. Would only recommend using them if there's no other way. Okay, so. There we go. Okay. Don't need that. Let's place some prep walker. this. Okay. Sorry, that's my comic. That's better. Okay. Alright, so. You know what? All I want now is to do it. Alright, so let's take a step where we are, where we're going. So we're gonna cut right up. Alright.
Warning! Cargo prohibited for transit outside the continent detected.
Any vehicles? Something that I don't want to talk. I don't want to be it is just transporting to alright, cool. If I were to go down, how far out would it take me? Way outside of it.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
So we want to keep going. Oh, I could also want to see. I made a comment about this thing not having a turbo, but I was wrong. Right, that. Cargo options. That's on off. Weapons, tools, signs, steering, all that. Okay, accelerators are 2, okay. Fire equip weapon mod. Oh, I like fire when you're driving. Let's try that in a minute. Okay. There's 2 good drift. Wow. Boosting. Oh, there's okay, well, boosting drift. So where's boosting? Boost. Brake reverse scanner comes in. Well, look at this. L3 boost. Alright, which we really might need to into this little plus base. What just happened? Okay. I'm gonna do a do-over for the levy. See how far back it's like it caught my bike in mid-air. What the hell? That was so cool and yet so epic and unnerving and frustrating. Okay, checkpoint. Let's check you. I really hope it's puts me right back in that little tube. Ah, sweet. Okay, so note to self, I don't know what caused that. I don't know if that was because of the warning earlier about not taking enemy vehicles. I didn't see this as an enemy vehicle. But I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm not going to go G.I. Joe/Airborne. I'm going to slowly push those lines and see if they basically breach the vehicle or not. Other thing I would point out is the area we basically jumped into, the other possible cause. That was the BT area. It's possible the BTs in that area are that tall. I mean, I've seen some that are easily 2 stories tall. I believe the ones that I'm referring to are called Watchers. Anyway, let's try this again. Let's go ahead and do 2 things. One, let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Second, let's see where we got. Is there anything on my bike? Okay. For a second, let's look at our route and see if it still goes up through. It does. Okay, so let's try this again. And probably what we'll do as we get closer, we'll probably just stop and maybe save. And that way, if we run into problems again, we can just back up a little bit. Let's sit down to the back at 15 minutes and 10 minutes of play. I don't know if this counts as the enemy vehicle. If you attempt to drive through these items until they will be left behind and maybe found in the city and really get your roller stored inside it. Okay. The wording there is very interesting. Let's go ahead. other thing I didn't notice was the bathroom. I didn't notice that like a coffee line. Confidentially said, hey, this is where I did see a clip line, so it's sitting over it. Alright. That's where we need to get right there. John's moving, he's actually turning around. They will actually go down tomorrow. I think it's highlight right there. I'm giving stuff that I did, I thought was okay. We need to get back. No, we got rid of them. Alright. Let's go. Good. Alright, we went ahead. Come on, you boy. Let's get mad. Let's look at this and see if we can find a safe way. Alright, so we need to look right here. Good deal. There's our way. Disconnected from telling me work. That's not good. Let's make it all the way there. Get up. There we go. This battery won't stop. Okay, moving along. Good deal. Alright. Alright, so we're coming up on our turn, but unfortunately we have, there's our river. We have a very nasty drop off right there, I'm guessing. Oh, stop, stop. We're going to try to get out of here. This is the beginning of that ravine. We're going to try to scoop in while we drive down. The battery will play nice. Alright, there we see a good entry point.
Stretch my legs.
Yeah, you can do it. Grab it down. perfect heading. Across the river. Without seeing one BT, that, let me put in perspective, there's BT over 10 feet if you go straight across the path. I mean, if you go straight across the way they're leading you to go, so from here you cut through all this, there's deer everywhere. Alright. Glad that we found a way around it. Alright. Deliver a report, and we found something else in the way too. Sweet. Return the seedling and that should be it. Alright.
You're that bloke with drawbridge, aren't you? So you really came, eh? Cut straight through BT territory just to bring us our cargo. That's quite a feat. Been waiting a long time for someone like you to show up. Let's see how well you were able to handle our delivery.
We win it. Should be pretty good. Yeah.
You're really something, aren't you?
We went the other way.
The cargo would say the same if it could.
Pause it, went back, and redo that one portion. It would have been A at best. So,
we'd given up all hope of ever seeing this. I'm so glad he managed to bring it in. Like everyone says, you're a man people can count on. Already put that decontamination unit to good use. The chiralium levels had really gotten out of hand, so you couldn't have come at a better time. Thanks. Anyway, go ahead and connect us with that Cupid or whatever it is.
Government base, Old Oz. There's our hoopty. And that is what I'm talking about. The bull gun. Cool. Very cool. More stuff. Okay.
Now displaying your current order grade.
Okay, APS enhancement, motion scan allows motion scan results to be displayed for longer. Cool, very cool.
A chiral communications transmission. With this network at our disposal, we might be able to make our dream a reality. We want to build a world where even the weakest among us have a chance.
That's right.
A world where people come together to stand against those who embrace violence. Ever since the Death Stranding, this continent has been afflicted by terrible environmental changes. It was bad enough, but out of nowhere, the anomalies became a hell of a lot more dramatic. Skyrocketing levels of chiral contamination, those bloody watcher things coming out of the woodwork. Didn't realise it at the time, but the escalation of all this insanity coincided with the UCA's connection to the network and the appearance of the plate gate. The chiral network is causing instability beyond the reach of its coverage, which means the only way to fix it is to link up all of Australia. At least, that's what we here believe. To support your efforts, we've shared the data we have about the continent.
Cool.
Use it to the bit.
Cool. Alright. Let's see here. Yes.
Before I forget, there's a request I wanted to send your way.
Of course.
I know you're eager to hit the road and make progress, but I promise you, this is more than worth the trouble.
Okay.
It's a delivery for the lone commander, who lives not too far from here. He's an old ally who provided us with support for all matters military. He's also a crack shot with a sniper rifle.
One sec. Check something.
But after this and that, we went our separate ways. And he retired to a shelter off to the east. Can be a hard man to please. But if we could enlist his help again, I'm sure he'd provide us with all kinds of useful information. Data and schematics that might prove invaluable for your work. Especially if you're the type who likes to fight first and ask questions later. Should help us all combat the brigands a damn sight more effectively in any case. I'll filed this request as a sub-order, so check the terminal if you're interested in taking on extra work.
That was excellent work, Sam. With the government now part of the chiral network, we've successfully completed the first step in our journey to connect all of Australia. I want to thank you for making this possible. Well done. To extend network coverage as far as West Fort Knott, our next order of business will be to link up the Western Environmental Observatory. The associated order is ready for you. This one may well place you in considerable danger, so be sure to take extra care when selecting your equipment. Access the delivery terminal here to pick up this main order and get underway.
Go ahead and wrap this one up here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll get back with the next one ASAP. Thanks, guys and ladies.